Hey guys, Crew Blown Way Back, I'm Rick.
I'm Maggie.
And we're here with Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, which feels like things are ramping up very quickly. We still have a few episodes to go, though.
Yeah, there was like 2 weeks worth of, standalone episodes, setting up world-based things, technology-based things. It's like, I wonder if that's stuff we need to know in order to, get the climax of the season.
I don't know, but Chief was ambushed, but is recovering. It's going to be okay. Laughing Man and Major had a meeting.
Yeah.
Very disturbing, where she was paralyzed and about to be killed, saved by the Laughing Man. And they had a memory transfer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, just stay out of the way for what I have to do next. And I wonder if she will or not. She's pretty not hard-boiled, but very not by the book.
She makes her own decisions.
Yeah, but she's very I feel like justice and protocol, those kind of things.
Yeah, but also she is acutely aware that justice doesn't take into account all experiences.
Yeah. And there's a lot of corruption all around this one.
Yeah.
Which should mostly be dealt with now.
Mm-hmm.
They did send a mech after them, but that's dealt with. So yeah, the main witness, the doctor guy, committed suicide, so he won't be testifying. So Laughing Man has one play left. See what it is, see how it goes.
I'm interested to see, is this plan as well thought out as all of his previous ones? Because if he went to the Major and said basically, stay back, then in all likelihood it's because she actually could affect it quite strongly.
Or he doesn't want her to get caught in the crossfire.
Oh, it's for her own good, sure.
Well, shit!
Bad to the ass! It's amazing.
It got me. It makes sense. She downloaded the memories. She'd know what he'd say and how he'd say it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that was his plan?
I told her to stay out of the way, and this seems like the opposite. I don't know. It should work well for him. This is something I feel like he would want.
Yeah, but is she truly solving or, proceeding as the Major and all of that? The effect that she just had on that guy, seems very good for the Laughing Man guy.
Do you think that the task force that was sent in after Target A and B, do you think they knew? Or do you think that she slipped past them? And did she hack their eyes? Or did she use her optical camo?
Oh.
Did she also get his skills when she got the memory transfer?
I'm sure Section 9, they know exactly who's on duty. The people guarding him and such, those would be, they wouldn't be a variable. So they could easily, set up whatever programming ahead of time, surely. That's what I think, anything.
And so Section 9, the whole thing about going to the mansion and your eyes were hacked, that's all just a show.
I was kind of wondering why they were explaining it to the guys, because they usually don't do such things. It's they want the the info to go around.
Sure, yeah, they want it to seem real, it really happened.
And they even showed proof. Bato's great.
No, I think it's brilliant. Just when I think I felt like I got all the answers that I wanted in this episode.
But it turns out they were no answers!
Well, they were. Most of the answers came from Mr. Serrano.
Yeah.
And, those would have been genuine. The whole plan about how the Laughing Man was created and, what was the actual original guy versus what was corporate blackmail and, how Serrano was involved and why the true Laughing Man disappeared for so long.
Yep.
It all makes sense. I love I love everything in this show.
Yeah.
And this one was definitely a talking episode, but hung on every word.
That's always what happens. It's so weird because usually like the talking, just like information drop episodes, and this one are the ones where I'm the most just sunk into it. Like this felt like it was maybe 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like time became a non-part.
Probably hardly said anything during the reaction.
Yeah, it's just like I remember talking about the guy having his shirt unbuttoned. Because I'm sorry, that was hilarious.
Having this laughing man not only to blackmail Serrano, but also to use it to create fear and manipulate the stock market as well. Like, that's just so crazy. Because if you, like, put out there that this company is targeted by the laughing man, then all of a sudden their stocks plummet. You know? You can do that competition. You can do that by, like, selling stocks and then dropping the prices and then buying them again. Mm-hmm. It's all kind of crazy stuff you could do.
Some really, really greedy people.
And I liked Mr. Serrano, like, debating with this individual. And, like, you know, I agree with the laughing man points more, certainly. But I can also understand his perspective of, like, or I can understand how he would hold on to his perspective.
Yeah. But they're both like kind of two extremes. It's like the ideal situation would for the micro machines to basically concede this small avenue of treatment to the vaccine.
Yeah.
And
continue to develop pretty useful.
Yeah, and to focus on something something else that actually can treat. Like him protecting it at this infancy stage is just like it's kind of like if you protect something too early, it can't really stand on its own legs. It's like are the micro machines treating anything at this point? Like they're obviously not treating cyberbrain sclerosis.
Sure.
And yet they're still being used.
But now 6 years later, are they legitimately treating another disease? You know?
Are they?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, research and development is an expense.
Sure.
It's okay to have expenses.
Oh, but like, you know, a lot of things end up being used for purposes that were not their original intent, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, imagine if the military in developing the internet were like, no, this isn't effective for what we need it to be. Let's just shut this down. Like, look at what the internet became.
Such a bigger problem now. But I don't know, just if the technology was so new that a single loss in favor or public understanding of its capabilities would be enough to totally cancel out that path of development. Like, why have they been hyping it up so much to that point? Shouldn't they wait to, like, you know, expose this sort of thing with a success? Like, it feels like there was a lot more poor decisions made on publicizing that technology before that point. They basically were bluffing to the public about how great this stuff was.
Yeah.
Betting that in the future it will be great.
Sure. And like it wasn't, you know, to them they had the reasonable assumption that it would not be approved, you know, and it was just because of the corruption that it was.
But then they were definitely going to take advantage of that.
Sure.
So what's the difference between, like, the corruption didn't stop there, it continued with them. Like, just because it fell into their lap didn't mean they had to take it necessarily.
Yeah, but it's easy to imagine that they really believed that micro machines were the way to go, you know.
And if it's other people,
and especially with this guy Serrano, like, sure, eventually he would have found out, but at the time he probably didn't know anything about the vaccine and that it actually worked.
I thought that's what they were talking about in the past, the Marietta vaccine.
Yeah, but after, like, the blackmail stuff started happening, I think.
No, because it was in that where they were discussing the past, where he was talking across from the table to the Laughing Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like years after the vaccine had been shut down. I think.
I thought those two events were kind of intertwined. Like they were related. Like the whole drop kicking the Mariah vaccine.
They definitely were related, but I'm not sure. I don't think that Serrano, when his thing got approved, I don't think he knew that the vaccine worked. I think it wasn't too long until he discovered that.
Well, but the fact that the vaccine worked, like, even if, like, I feel like the fact that his stuff was, like, I don't think he should have, like, necessarily tried to reverse the patent, the attempt, basically. Because, like, as he said, it's like you patent stuff ASAP, and as he was saying, like, it was mostly a bluff to our competitors and such, and that's all fine. Those are perfectly reasonable and good, corporate choices to make. But to basically be silent for the Mariah vaccine, it's like
it just depends, like, when he knew and what he knew, because, like, there's no reason he should know about the vaccine or the fact that it worked. Like, the people who are shutting it down illegally have no reason to tell him that, and he has no way of finding that out on his own necessarily. Like, the first time he might have learned about it was talking with the Laughing Man. Because, like, he kept saying, Mr. Serrano, like, I don't know anything about this vaccine. Mm-hmm. I don't think he was lying.
Oh no, it'd been swept under the rug so fast.
Yeah.
Because of pettiness and pride.
And profits.
Lots of profits.
Yeah, good episode. We've got another 3 or so left of this season.
Really?
I think so.
Jeez. Goodness gracious.
So let's see how it all resolves.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching our reaction to Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Please subscribe so that you can watch our reactions and all the reactions that come out on Blind Wave every day, week to week. And if you just can't wait, you can head over to patreon.com/blindwave where you can watch the next 4 reactions right now. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.